Am I tripping? Or as you get older and you're actively working on yourself, it becomes harder to deal with people that aren't? Like, you mean to tell me you don't have nothing that you need to work on? Everything in your life is perfect. All your qualities about yourself is perfect. You don't have nothing that you need to work on. It's impossible. There's no way that you're going day by day and you're not trying to better yourself in any way, shape, or form. And to be honest, you're not even really living for real. You're just existing, because there's no way that you continue to make it on the wake up list and you don't do anything with your life. Like, how can you just sit around every single day, have the same routine? You're not being productive at all. You're not working towards anything. And you feel like that's cool? That ain't cool. And it gets to a point where if you're living like that, I don't want to fuck with you. I don't want to be around you, because I just feel like you're really just like a waste of energy for real, and time. And to be honest, I really feel like the people that living like that and they just stagnant and not doing nothing with their life, they're going to do everything to bring you down, especially if they see that you have stuff going on for yourself and you're working towards something. All they're going to do and all they can do is really just make you lose everything. And I'm not doing that. I work too hard to get to where I'm at. And I'm really living in an answered prayer. I would hate for you to come in my life and try to mess what I got going on up.
Yo, what up, YouTube? Welcome to Sinn-Take, man. My name is Sin, coming back with another one. And as y'all can see, we're coming live from the Rose Garden, man. Take a look at it. Take a look at it, man. We back out here. Look at that. Look at that, man. Beautiful skies. All praises to the Most High. Beautiful skies. All praises to the Most High. Yahoo, for waking us up this morning, man. For real. You know, so we back out here in the Rose Garden, man. Just wanted to tap in with y'all on this beautiful day and show y'all that clip from Lori B. Shout out to Lori B for dropping them gems, because a lot of us can relate, especially if you're on this journey. You can relate to where she coming from, man. You know, and you know, when you are working on yourself, you know, when you're drawing closer to the Most High, you know, when you're on a journey like this one, when you're trying to get your health right and stuff, listen, bro, it becomes very tough to hang around people that's not on that same level. You know, it becomes tough to hang around people that's not on that type of time, because most of the time, you know, those people, you know, are comfortable in their sin, just like you used to be. You know, just like we all used to be. And one thing that we know is that, you know, we trying to come up out of that. You know, the Most High delivered us from a lot of the things that was holding us back. So, you know, when you think about scripture like Psalms 1:1, when it tell us that blessed are they that not walketh in the counsel of the ungodly, see, you know, you got to think about that with your life and the journeys that you on as well. You know what I'm saying? Because you are Baruch when you're not around those same things that had you in bondage. When you're not around the same things, you know, that kept you with low energy. You know what I'm saying? Kept you drained, kept you away from your purpose, kept you away from this light. You know, so guess what? When you are working on yourself, bro, it makes it tough to be around people that's still in that same space in their life. And, you know, you best believe we do pray. I do pray that people come up out of that, you know, all the while we fighting to stay up out of that, you know. But that's what you got to do, bro. You can't look down on anyone, you know, or think you better than anybody. Just pray that they make it up out of that. Pray that they start working on themselves, you know, just like you doing. You know what I'm saying? So they could be their best version, bro. Because unfortunately, man, you know, on this walk, you know, it's a solo dolo trip. You know what I mean? It's a solo dolo trip, just like your salvation. The Most High tell us to work out our own salvation. You know, and the same gonna go with your health. The same is gonna go with your energy. The same is gonna go with your purpose and stuff like that, man, because it ain't no buddy system in this. You know, you have to be the one that take the initiative in your life. You know, because a lot of people ain't gonna do that. You know, you can't depend on people either to get you out of them slumps, get you out of that, you know, that comfortable living, you know, that just had you not doing nothing with your time. You can't rely on them. You know, you got to rely on yourself and the Most High, but the Most High first, because he the one that wake you up. He the one that give you the strength and the energy. He the one that give you the spirit to take those steps, bruh. How you think you landed here? How you think you landed here? But you got a lot of people out there that could be in your family, could be in your, your circle, you know what I'm saying? Could be your friends and stuff like that, that's not willing to pick up the call like you did. They not willing to put in the work like you did and that you continue to do. They not willing to do that. So a lot of times they still gonna be hitting you up, trying to do those same things that's gonna keep you in sin, that's gonna hold you back, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because they still doing those same things that you're trying to get away from. So it wouldn't make no sense, for you to go around that, bro. It wouldn't make no sense for you to be around, those triggers and bad habits, that you're trying to get away from, because that's counterproductive. You know what I mean? Why I'm gonna put myself in a bad situation? That's like us being on this journey trying to stay away from corn. But guess what? We know we gonna sit there and watch a rated R movie that show nudity, is sexually explicit. That's counterproductive because that's a trigger. And a lot of people gonna come around with them triggers purposely, to drag you back into that lifestyle. Because you got a lot of energy harvesters out there. You got a lot of people that's miserable. And one thing that we know is that misery love company, So they gonna be trying their best to get you off your diet, get you off this journey, get you back in sin, get you back smoking and drinking, lusting, chasing women. They gonna try to pull you out of that space because they see it's making you better. They gonna try to pull you off of that path of righteousness because they see that it's making you better. They gonna try to pull you away from that light because they see it's making you better, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when you realize this, man, you got to get away from these folks, man. When they trying to talk you, talk you back into that stuff, man, because they will. They will in the form of throwing shots at you. They will in the form of calling you names. They will try to do that. They will try to do that, bro, because you got a lot of people with, manipulative spirits. You know what I'm saying? So you best believe, bro. When they Satan sees, they gonna pull all types of stuff from under their sleeve, bruh. Trying to gaslight you, trying to manipulate you, and all of that stuff, bro. Because they want to pull you back. And guess what, man? When you're dealing with empty vessels that ain't seeking the Most High's face, that ain't seeking the truth, that's not in His word, then guess what, bro? It's gonna be easy, for those dark spirits to inhabit them, meaning that it's going to be easy for the adversary to use them. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that the adversary play dirty. He'll send hoes your way, ex-girls your way, you know what I'm saying? Friends and family your way, especially when they not of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So they easily manipulated. It's easy to put that wicked battery in their back and send them to attack. It's easy for the adversary to put that wicked battery in their back and send them to attack. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be ready for that, man, because it's real out here. These attacks is real. You know what I'm saying? And things is getting ramped up. A lot of people feeling the pain. A lot of people in this fight. You know what I'm saying? But guess what, man? When we stay close to the Most High, when we stay in prayer, we going to keep on taking flight. We're going to keep on moving up, no matter how much we struggle, no matter what we go through, bro. We're going to keep on moving up. But guess what, bro? It's a lot of people around you that want to keep you stuck. You know what I'm saying? They want to keep you stuck. So listen, bro, in these times, we got to be firm in this truth. You know what I'm saying? We got to be firm in this truth. We got to be firm in our belief. We got to be firm in this faith. We got to be firm in these plans and doing the Most High will, because we firm in this mission. You know what I'm saying? So listen, bro, it ain't going to be no forgetting. It ain't going to be no bull-ishing out here, because a lot of people is full of it, bro. I hate to tell you, man, but it could be your mama. You know what I mean? I hate to tell you, man, but it could be your girl. I hate to tell you, man, but it could be your friends, that's full of that bull-ish, man, and they want you back on it. They want you back on it because when you was on it, guess what, bro? They was absorbing your energy. guess what, bro? They was probably using you for certain things, bro, because they seen that light in you that you didn't see. That's why it was important for us to realize who we was, because a lot of times we didn't even know that we was the ones that was drawing in the people. We was the party. Don't you know we was the party, bro? And a lot of people came up off that energy. A lot of people was using you, you know what I'm saying, for all of the things that you provided. You know what I'm saying? So of course they gonna be feeling slighted. They gonna be like, dang, you know what I'm saying? He used to come with that drink. He used to come with that smoke. He used to come with them hoes. He used to come with that high energy. He used to come with that game. You know what I'm saying? He used to come with that whip. You know what I'm saying? And now that they ain't got it, you know what I'm saying? Then guess what, bro? They can't take no sip. They can't take no sip of your light, bruh. They can't take no sip of your energy, bruh. They can't take a sip of your love. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, bro, they wasn't even giving none back. For real, because if they really was, bro, they would be rooting for you right now. You know, they would be so proud of you, bruh. That's what I want y'all to understand, man. If people really loved you, they would be so proud of you right now, man. Seeing that you make it out, man. Because listen, bro, you gotta understand, bro, when you in this light, you know what I'm saying, you give other people hope. And that's exactly what the Most High wanted to do, because listen, you a product of him. You know what I'm saying? You a product of him. So every time you mentioning his name, every time you mentioning his son name, Yahuwah, Yeshua, every time you mentioning the word and you bringing up these verses and stuff like that, what you think that that's doing to other people, bruh? That's an influence to the righteous. That's an influence to the ones that want to come up out of bondage, you know, but when it comes to the wicked, they hate it. They hate it, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So understand, bro. I understand exactly where Lori B is coming from, man. So, you know, I know it can be tough when you're dealing with loved ones, but man, you gotta lead them where they at so you could do what needs to be done, because it ain't gonna be no excuse come the day of judgment. It ain't gonna be no excuse when it comes to getting to them gates. It ain't gonna be no excuse for you. The Most High ain't gonna be trying to hear it, bro. He ain't gonna care about none of your friends, family, none of that. He said you put anything before him, then you not worthy of him. So you can't do that, bro. It's time for you to step up. It's time for you to ish or get off the pot. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, bro, we gotta give it all we got. All right? And that's my word, man. My name Jason, the Sinn-Take. Holla at y'all later, man. Peace.